I hear you, America. I hear you, world. You still want to hear it. You don't want me to delete it. You don't want it gone. Theme song. Mort. Hey, Mort. 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 Hey, Mort. Go, Mort. It was Christmas on a Sunday. It was New Year's on a Sunday. I didn't go because it was Christmas and New Year's. I wasn't gonna go to the swap meet on the holidays. First person I find is my buddy Juan, who's AKA'd as Secret Game Stash.
I did a trade for Super Bowling for 3 good games. Sunracer, Conkers, and Bomberman? I want to say, is it Bomberman?
Second Attack?
Second Attack.
If you haven't played Super Bowling on the N64, it's a fairly generic bowling experience. It's not a great game, but it's also not a bad game either. Like many N64 games, it's kind of mediocre. What's interesting about it from a collector's standpoint, of my journey of collecting the N64 set, that was the hardest one to find. I had to resort to getting that one online. I have never seen it, in game hunting, let alone in a game store or garage sale or anything like that. It just is an elusive cartridge to find. I don't know in terms of print numbers if it's the lowest printed game on the N64's library, but for me, it was definitely the most elusive, and I hear that from other N64 collectors as well.
Let's go!
I assumed there'd be stuff everywhere because we'd just had 2 major holidays, and so far, it's really dry out there. How much are these?
30.
How about for just this?
20.
I like these oddities and accessories that I used to see all the time in the N64 era that just kind of sat and didn't really appeal to me in how I like to play my games. But if I see it at the swap meet for cheap, it's something I'd love to pick up and take home. Unfortunately, this vendor was asking a little more than I felt like I wanted to pay for it, so I left it behind. How much is this one?
35.
35?
Yeah.
Okay. Gex for 35. What would Scott do? I have now walked through almost the entire place. The best find has been a conversation with Secret Game Stash. And that's a great find. I don't want to minimize that. I might have to go to swap meet number 2 today to just see if there's something out here. Unless these next couple aisles can give me some goodies.
Roscoe!
Mort, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, baby? How you doing?
I'm good.
I love how you say gabble.
Riff and Gabbo tipped me off that they had found a table with a ton of stuff at it at insane prices. I knew that I'd be getting the scraps, but you know, I've left stuff behind before. Maybe they have as well. Let me show you what I found. Let's start with pieces of games that aren't complete. And first of all, we have this. Come on, Mort! First of all, we have the Star Wars Rogue Squadron 3 Rebel Strike game case and manual. No game, unfortunately. Spyro Year of the Dragon, disc only. If you want to play the Spyro games, the originals on PS1 are great, but the best way to play these is the remastered version, or the reimagined version, the reignited version, whatever the version is that just came out for PS4 and Xbox One a year or 2 ago. Tenchu, Wrath of Heaven. I love this series, but every time I play these games, I keep on trying to recapture the feeling I got from the first time I played it on PS1 with Tenchu 1 and Tenchu 2, but still a fun series, even with its clunky mechanics that don't always come together. There's still enough redeeming qualities if you like stealth games. And finally, the Mortal Kombat trilogy for the PS1. Next up, we've got a disc and back case but no manual for the original Crash Bandicoot, and also a disc and back cover but no manual for Rayman Rush on the PS1. Next up, we've got a complete in box, but the box is a little beat up, of Riven, the sequel to Myst. This game case has 5 discs in it. Unfortunately, this case is really destroyed. I'd love to replace it, but there's not a lot of cases like this for the PS1 that are out there. I imagine I'll just have to live with the fact that this one is pretty beat up. And this is what I'm really excited to add to the collection. This is Martian Gothic. This is a survival horror game that looks like it plays out like an Alien game. I know nothing about this game. If it's terrible or if it's good, would you let me know in the comments, please? And maybe the biggest score in the lot is this Guitar Hero Live for the Wii U. There's no guitar, but the dongle adapter thing is here. If you find this game, even with the guitar, if you don't have this adapter, this is often the most expensive and hardest to find piece to this puzzle so that you can play these games. People will pay the most in terms of value for either the guitar or the dongle itself. All right, this is what I'm looking at getting. What are we doing price-wise today?
I'll take a look at it. So I'm gonna ask for 10 on this guy. You said how much?
And that's got the dongle in it. Yep. Okay, so 11.
So 11.
How much is this one?
5.
5. Okay. 16.
So $2, so 18.
18.
20. 25. 27. 28. Call it 30.
Call it 30. You got a deal.
Thank you so much for the amazing deal, you guys. You really hooked it up.
Hopefully that's a sign of things to come. Thought this might be your booth.
From Brian's booth, let's start with the Final Fantasy Legend. This game is for the Game Boy. It's one that I don't hear a lot of Final Fantasy fans talk about either positively or negatively, but in retro collecting worlds, this is one that people often speak quite highly of for its time. This is Star Fox Assault for the Nintendo GameCube. Star Fox is a fantastic series, but it seems like every time they make a new version of it, they're trying to reinvent something about Star Fox rather than relying upon what we really loved about the game series. If you start with the Super Nintendo version and trying to go back to it today, it's pretty rough. It's a little slower, the frame rate is all over the place, but for those of us like myself who grew up seeing it for the first time and seeing those Mode 7 graphics and polygons and all of that, you know, that was the first jump over from sprite-based kind of work, at least as the major presenting style. That game was an incredible experience. And then on Star Fox 64, I feel like we got what we wanted out of the Star Fox experience. Star Fox Assault was preceded by Star Fox Adventures, which, as many of us know, was a game that the game ends up not releasing on the N64. It comes out on the GameCube as Star Fox Adventures. It's this gorgeous graphical masterpiece of a Legend of Zelda style game, but most of us, when we're playing it, we're just missing Star Fox being in his Arwing shooting stuff, which are sort of afterthought levels in Star Fox Adventures. So it was with welcome relief when we got Star Fox Assault here on the GameCube that it reverted back a little bit more to that traditional Star Fox style. Unfortunately, since then, we have that Wii U Star Fox game, which is okay, but the controls took me a lot of getting used to the point where it was more work than it was enjoyment. There was never a moment where you kind of slip into with games where you're fully accustomed to the mechanics and maybe the pacing or the world of the game in a way that you feel like you're immersed in it. I would love to see on the Nintendo Switch a Star Fox game that goes back to, I think, maybe the pinnacle, which was Star Fox 64, the 3DS version being, I think, the definitive way to play that game with, you know, 60 frames per second, just fun space shooter. I think that would go over so well, and I'd love to see it happen. Brian sold me these two games for $40. Sir, thank you as always for the great deal.
Great score, man. Give me some juice. Oh.
This is interesting.
Is this your booth? I got a weird question for you.
There's a handful of Nintendo Wii games strewn about at this booth, and among them is Wii Party. It's one of the higher valuable games. It's sort of like Mario Party without Mario, and it's a Nintendo published first party game. I open the case, and there's no disc. But there's a console sitting there.
I bet Wii Party's inside of here.
I bet that the disc for this game is in this console. Okay, so let's think about this from the other perspective. I'm a vendor. I get to the swap meet at 5 a.m. I'm setting up my table. I have people trying to lowball me all day on all my items. Am I going to be open to the idea of letting someone take this console, power it on, and hit eject? I don't know. I don't want to be that guy. These vendors are busy. They're watching all this stuff. I'm just going to walk away. I'm not going to be that guy. So I leave. I walk away. What's this? Porchman and the crew are here? It's time for the power of peer pressure!
There's a Wii that has, I think, a game in it, but I want to see if this vendor will let me grab the Wii console, plug it in, and see if there's anything there. You guys down?
Let's do it.
Let's go, let's go.
Pressure, 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 pressure. Pressure. Come on, everyone, let's go to the booth and ask and... Hey, Sal.
Holy cow, look at this.
Dude, you're on a mission. Go, go, go.
Dude.
No, I'm not going to be distracted.
Dude, where did you get all this stuff?
I'm on a mission. Let's go. First thing we got to do is ask. Sir?
I have a question for you. Would you let me take this and plug it in and just see if it's there, and then I'll return it back, and if the game's inside of here.
Porchman, get your finger...
I just want to power this on, press the eject button, see if the game comes out.
He's game. The game is on.
Oh, you got one? Okay.
Okay. As we're walking to the vehicle, this is all going through my mind is, you know, how is this going to play out? You know, are we going to just be made to be fools in this whole experience? I've got all that doubt swimming around in me, and it's at that moment where I'm really questioning my life decisions. I'm going to try and see if there's a disc inside of a Wii console that looks like it's beat and destroyed. He plugs it in, power's on. It's time to press that eject button, sir.
Anything? Oh, it's disc. Oh! It's there! Dude! Woo! Yes!
I'm feeling ecstatic. This was such an amazing moment. I'm so glad that we followed through our instincts to have them do this so that they could make a $10 sale, which I'm sure was so worth it for them. Let's go seal the deal. Dude, thank you so much. Come on, Wii Party.
Let's go.
Come on, let's go. You had it in there. How much? $10 is a deal. I will now place the ceremonial disc into the case. Please open. Right where she belongs. Now let's pay the vendor $10.
All right.
Thank you so much for hooking it up, for turning on the Wii.
I'll give you a good deal for this guy.
Always. You give me good deals all the time. I appreciate it. Thank you, brother.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you. I appreciate that. All right.
Thank
Cool.
you.
Come on.
Thank you.
So as me and the boys are walking away, high-fiving one another, I'm asking Porchman, hey, what'd you get this morning so far? And he shows me what he has found. It's a bunch of Wii stuff that is, you know, they're games. I feel like it's only right that I just give Porchman the game. No. I got it for 10. You help me. I'm giving this to you for $10. Look at this. He got these Wii games. You need to have a good score this morning. You gotta share the good deals too. These aren't bad games. They're just bad games. Like, that's it.
What can I say? I like the Wii.
I don't know what kind of a reseller I am. Dirtbag reseller, filthy reseller. No, $10. I got the deal. You helped me out. It's going to you. Okay.
It's worth it just for the time with more.
That's look at this. Okay. What you got?
A couple of games. Nothing crazy.
You scored the Xbox One.
Yeah, I did.
What did he sell it to you for?
120.
Got some
Yeah.
fillers here. Nothing crazy, but can't complain. Some DVDs.
All right.
It was a good day. I can't complain.
I was super bummed out this morning early on, and then it ended up being awesome. So
A lot
yeah.
of good people today here.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, guys. Nice little Switch deal for the morning. Mario, a nice little Switch deal for the morning. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. This is a really fun multiplayer game. My family and I love playing this one.
Cool. $10.
However, the best find of the morning was about to happen now.
Dude, what's up, man?
What's up? How you guys doing?
Good. This is your booth?
Yeah, my friends. I'm just right here getting rid of a couple of things.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm here for the games. Let's see what you got. Oh, dude.
I used to hate Amiibos. They were the worst. I just think that they're Nintendo cash grabs with really silly DLC. I've suddenly changed my tune on that. I now actually totally love Amiibos. I think that they're really fun and really great little collectible pieces, especially for your favorite franchise, and they can be super addicting to collect for. As much as I don't get Funko Pop collecting, I collect Amiibos, which Amiibos are Nintendo's version of Funko Pops. I mean, at some level, right? Like little collectibles that celebrate aspects of your favorite games. There's not just a Link figure, there's Link from Majora's Mask, and Link from Twilight Princess, and Link from, you know, every game in his series. It's appealing to something in you as a collector where you like to sort of celebrate these franchises and have them on full display. I know this vendor. He's a collector I've seen out here many times before at the swap meet.
This is my personal collection. I have these at 25 and I have these at 40.
I know that if I tried to buy a few pieces of what's here, that it may sort of be closer to retail.
What if I bought them all?
Better deal.
I want to see what he wants for everything, and if the price is right, love to make a deal.
Let's bring out the calculator because I'm gonna.
Let's do it. I'll comp it in a second just to see if it's something I can do.
So that's 270 just to see.
I won't haggle with you on it. You just give me your best price, and if it works, it works. Maybe I will haggle a little bit. We started off the haggling at like $390. I think that stuff's worth maybe $500. I did all my calculations. I came down at about $325 for everything. Amiibos are only going up, and I'm comfortable sitting on all of it. And some of those I don't see a lot, like those Zelda ones. Some of those I'm really excited to throw into my collection, which, why am I collecting Amiibos?
There's a good mix here of opened Amiibos and also Amiibos that are in the box A few of these I don't really see very much anymore. Maybe one of the most interesting ones is there's a couple of Rosalina amiibos. This one is fairly hard to find, where she's got Luma with her. That's one to be on the lookout for. My kids wanted one open so they could play with it, because they love to play with the amiibos like they're just dolls, and they regularly set them up and do just kid play with them, which is really cool. We've got, like, any of these Link or Legend of Zelda ones are really hard to find anymore, especially for stuff that's not related to the recent game that came out for it. That one, and then also the Loft one, the Loftwing one for Skyward Sword. Also of note is this Mario and Peach wedding outfit ones. There's a triple pack that has Bowser in it as well, all from the game Super Mario Odyssey. Also, there's this pink Yoshi Yarn amiibo. There's a few different color variants of the Yarn amiibos.
Count it up.
I'll count it up, and let's see if I did my best job. Get them as secure as possible.
Oh, looking lovely. And that's a killer deal. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and thank you as well.
I was really thankful for this amazing score. Thank you so much for the incredible deal. I really appreciate it.
All right, we're playing a real-life game of Katamari Damacy. We've got Gabo here, we've got Retro Escape here, we've got Roscoe, we've got like all these dudes over here. Ricky's wearing a Pokemon costume for some reason too. I'm sure that you'll find out why on the Pixel Game Squad video, which will probably have come out like 4 months ago before this one came out.
Let me tell you about what I regret.
More.
How much is your Xbox?
20 bucks.
20 bucks?
It works.
Okay. You got any controllers or anything for it?
No, we don't have the cords for it.
No controllers, no cords, just the console? I gotta ask the Xbox expert. Is that a good deal?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Smell like a good deal.
I love that you smell stuff, but I would be wary of smelling anything at the swap meet. Don't you think that's like a bit of a risk?
I got my, how you call that? My defense.
Your immunity.
Here you go.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mort.
That's a cavalcade of new words.
Yes.
Yes.
What is that?
An enormity?
Lastly, this is a game that I used to see all the time in bargain bins everywhere. You still can find it at thrift stores pretty regularly. The vendor only wanted a couple of dollars, and because this is a genre I really enjoy playing, you know, Rainbow Six, Vegas, and Freedom Fighters, those kinds of tactical style games, for $2, I wanted to give it a play and see if it's worth keeping around in the collection. What's the acronym for SWAT? What do you think?
I'm gonna say, so why all these?
So, when, after...
Nope. Salty, watery, artificial tots.
Oh, that's good. I like that. I would not eat that. Share with all them.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Roscoe, what do you got, Roscoe?
Salmon, watermelon, attack team.
Roscoe wins. Roscoe
That's a
wins.
good one.
The salmon watermelon attack team. That's
We gotta
good.
get jackets of that name.
Yeah, dang. Forget Pixel Game Squad. It's now Salmon Watermelon Attack Team. Thank you so much for joining me at the swap meet this morning. I hope that you also enjoy the other aspects of my channel. There's game hunting videos, yes, but there's also appraisal videos, game reviews, and all kinds of other stuff about the hobby and the world of retro video game collecting and beyond. Come over to Instagram and say hello as well, and I will see you next time here at Mort's Garage. The time? Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Yep. All right. Thanks everyone for joining me today. If you got any questions, let's fire it up. Hey there, Mort. First thing I want to say is great game out there. You really brought it. Well, thanks. You know, there's a lot of competition out there these days, and a lot of people who are vying for the same things. It's for me, it's about sticking to the fundamentals, and you know, I just feel like we had a really good game out there today. Well, Mort, I noticed it was a bit of a slow start for you today. Give us a little bit of an idea, would you, of what's going on in your mind when you encounter something like that? Yeah, great. Sorry, a little enthusiasm there. Yeah, Mort, it really was. I mean, it's a tough day out there. You just don't know what you're going to get until you're out. But, you know, if I've learned anything, it's not just about how well you start the game. It's really about how well you finish it. Hey, Mort, quick question for you. I was literally on the edge of my seat when you saw that Wii Party case and no game.
what do you do in that situation?
Oh yeah, when you see an item like that, you just got to grab it.
I mean, let's be real. How embarrassed were you as a grown man asking another grown man to plug in a console to see if there's a disc inside of it?
Well, I was a little embarrassed. I didn't know what to think about, you know, asking this man as a grown man myself. I just got to get up to my teammates for coming in. Even though sometimes we're each other's competition, today it turned out we were each other's greatest ally, and that's a lesson I won't forget.
More than a lot of twists and turns today. One of the things that I really didn't expect to see was that when we see that it's Wii Party that is actually in the Wii itself, you ended up giving that to Porchman, and as I'm watching that, I'm kind of going, what is happening right now? I mean, such a twist.
I felt like that was a time where I needed to pass the deal forward.
Mort, let's be real, you're the greatest reseller of all time.
Well, you know, those are your words, not mine. I'm out here trying to play, though, just on the fundamentals of game hunting and having some honor along the way. I think that's a real critical piece to this whole thing.
More, just another quick question. Is your younger self about to show up and have any more profound moments of clarity with us today?
Okay, no further questions. We're done.